Good morning, everybody, and thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of The Breakfast Show with Marisha LaShay. It is so good to be here before you guys, and welcome. This is season 6 of The Breakfast Show with Marisha LaShay. So come right on in. Hello to the early risers and money makers. Good to see you. Giving honor to God, who is the head of my life. That is always my primary source, always the primary way. Just giving honor to God, who is the head of my life, for allowing everything to be the way that it is, for bringing everything together. Thank Him for my support system. Thank Him for every listener that tunes in, that's seeking me out. That's just, thank you. Thank you. I can never thank you guys enough for all that you have done in supporting me in this endeavor. And we have so much to celebrate. This is season 6. Hello. So, with that being said, let me go ahead and tell my story as to how I got started. And the Breakfast Show with Marisha LaShay started off as a suggestion. It stemmed from 2 suggestions. The first suggestion was being able to get in front of an audience with these thought provoking ideas and questions. Aside from that, my dad was like, okay, well, it doesn't have to be an everyday thing, but you can go ahead and come on and speak to the people in the months that have 30 days. I said, well, that sounds pretty cool. Let me go ahead and run with that idea as well, because that sounds like a winner right there. And that's what I have done. So I only do this podcast in the months of November, April, June, and September, which is why I'm coming before you guys today, and that I've been coming to you all for the last 19 days. Well, it would have made 20 days today because it's the 20th. So, with that being said, I am glad that I took that leap of faith. I am glad that I took that suggestion and made it a reality. I am glad, with God giving me the strength. I had never used Facebook Live ever until that point. So, meanwhile, as we talk about stepping out on faith, we also want to be able to check our mental. And next, we're going to have a mental check in. And that is measured on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst day of your life and 10 being the best day of your life. Can I be below a 1? Absolutely. Can I be above a 10? Absolutely. Nobody can tell you how to feel, but please feel free or feel led to drop your number after I share what number I am currently at. And for me, I'm a reserved 8. I'm on a mission, but I always act real brand new when it's time to come off a break and to go back to work. And I went in my mind, I always go into work with the mindset of gratefulness that I'm actually here, to see the different people that I work with. I saw one of my good friends, Colin, and it's just always good to see those familiar faces and to fellowship with them and talk with them and just all kind of good stuff. It just makes you just appreciate it, definitely appreciate it. So I have 6 goals that I want to talk to you guys about. My first goal, of course, is expanding my listener base. I currently have 717 active listeners, which is slowly but surely getting me to 1,000 listeners. Second goal is to expand to various countries. I'm currently in 12 countries being heard, but I want to lock down to 183 more. Third goal is growing my presence on YouTube. If you're not already following me, please feel free to follow me. My name is Marisha LaShay with the @ 1020. Fourth goal is subscription starting with Apple Podcasts. Fifth goal is to establish a podcast for younger listeners. And the sixth goal is adding digital products and merchandise. For those that know what digital products are, we're talking about ebooks, workbooks, workshops, webinars, etc. Merchandise, we're talking about me actually being able to be a walking billboard for my actual brand. So that brings me to my next thought and idea, that this season 6 podcast focuses on the 26 trending topics in life in an alphabetical order. Today is day 20 of the Breakfast Show with Marisha LaShay, and we have 10 more days to go. The next letter up is dun, 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 T. So, we want to know what the question of the day is and what topics start with T. Today, we're going to be talking about transhumanization, okay? It is a movement that advocates for the enhancement of human capabilities through the use of technology. So, of course, we're going to explore that with an article, and we want to be able to expand. I'm getting a little cold, so I'm going to throw this sweater up here. Transhumanization is physiological and a scientific movement that advocates the use of current and emerging technologies such as genetic engineering, cryptonautics, artificial intelligence, and nanotechnology to augment human capabilities and improve the human conditions. Transhuman human is humanist envision a future in which the responsible application of technologies enables humans to slow, reverse, or eliminate the aging process to achieve corresponding increases in human lifespans and to increase human cognitive and sensory uh, capabilities, capacities. I'm sorry. Thought that was a B. The movement proposes that humans with augmented capabilities will evolve into an enhanced species that transcends humanity, the post human. So, the history of the term transhumanism was popularized by the English biologist and philosopher Julian Huxley. In his 1957 essay of the same name, Huxley held that it was now possible for social institutions to supplant human evolution in refining and improving the human species. Although Huxley was principally concerned with advancing the human conditions through social and cultural change, the general notion of humanity transcending itself came to be adopted by the emerging transhumanist movement, which coalesced around significant scientific advances such as the development of computer technology, the advent of space travel, and the successful use of crypto perseverance, etc., of human eggs and embryos. In the 1980s, newly reformed transhumanist organizations and schools of thought advocated human life extension, cryptonics, cryptonics, space colonization, and futurism. The study of current trends in order to anticipate, plan for, and influence their possible outcomes. In 1986, the American engineer K. Eric Drexler published Engines of Creation, an exploration of the future applications of nanotechnology and molecular manufacturing. In addition, he and the American researcher Christine L. Peterson found the Foresight Institute to promote the safe implementation of nanotechnology and bioengineering. Also in the 1980s, the American conceptual artist Natasha Vita Moore published an evolving manifesto of transhumanism and the transhumanist arts statement, which announced the designing of a future in immersive aesthetics with science and technology to enhance sensory experiences and to improve and extend human life. Other prominent voices within the transhumanist movement were the American philosopher James Hughes and Australian born Canadian roboticist Hans Mnemonic. In the 1990s, exopanism, a libertarian doctrine that advocates overcoming human limitations through technology, came to the forefront of the transhumanist movement. The British philosopher Max Moore founded the Exotropy Institute early in the decade with the American philosopher and lawyer Tom W. Bell, who used the term extropy to designate a concept option, optionist, option, oppositional to entropy, highlighting the movement's individualistic, proactive approach to expanding human potential. In 1998, the Swedish philosopher Nick Bostrom and the British philosopher David Pearce founded the World Transhumanist Association, WTA, an international organization that promoted transhumanism as a serious academic discipline. The WTA rebranded itself as Humanity Plus in 2008 to project a more diverse and cohesive vision of transhumanism, one that included branches of thought from both the Extropy Institute, which closed in 2006, and the WTA, and advocated the safe and ethical use of technology to expand humans' capabilities. Transhumanism found further support from Silicon Valley entrepreneurs, including Google co founder Larry Page, Amazon Jeff Bezos, and Tesla's Elon Musk. In 2013, Page launched Calico Life Sciences LLC, Calio Labs, a research and development company dedicated to extending the human lifespan through advanced technologies. In the early 2000s to the 2022, Benzos and other backers invested $3 billion in Atos Labs, a biotechnology company seeking to reverse aging and disease. Musk founded SpaceX in 2002 in hopes of establishing human colonies on the moon and Mars, and launched Neuralink in 2016 to develop implantable brain chips. In July of 2022, the brain chip company Synchronon announced that it has successfully implanted a chip in the brain of an ALS, amyotrophic lateral scoliosis patient in the United States. The chip was designed to enable severely paralyzed patients to operate digital forms of communication with their thoughts. Hmm. The ethics and the philosophy. As a transhumanist ideas developed from theory to actuality in the late 20th and early 21st centuries, ethical concerns increasingly took a central role in transhumanism. From a transhumanistic philosophy, scientific breakthroughs, including stem cell therapies, in vitro fertilization, brain chips, animal cloning, exoskeletons, like robotic arms, artificial intelligence, and genomics, have directed the dialogue between transhumanism's proponents and its critics from the future to the present. Wow, this is very interesting. Advocates of transhumanism argue that emerging technologies can be used to eliminate disease and otherwise improve human life, as well as to provide solutions to urgent global problems. For an example, brain chips in mind uploading initially the fanciful dreams of seeking a form of infinite intelligence or immortality through the computerized extension of consciousness might be used to cure or overcome neurological disorders such as dementia, Alzheimer's disease, and paralysis. Likewise, the likely catastrophic effects of climate change have spurred some transhumanists to promote space colonization. Critics have countered that, realizing that transhumanists' goal of slowing or reversing aging and extending human lifespans will only worsen overpopulation, to which a transhumanist may reassert the necessity of establishing human colonies on Mars. Concerns that transhumanist technology will create greater social inequities are among the most voiced criticisms of the movement. In an article published in the journal Foreign Policy in 2004, the American political theorist Francis Fukuyama called transhumanism the world's most dangerous idea, warning that biotechnology offerings might come at a frightful moral cost to human rights. Fukuyama pointed out that wide range economic disparities between countries may further encourage enhanced individuals to claim superior rights to those left behind. Wow, this the article continues, but I'm going to stop there because it's been a mouthful with learning about what transhumanism is and how these new methods will be able to help us in different ways, especially with those when we talk about genomics. We talked about that a long time ago, earlier in the show, early on. So we're not new to that, that concept being brought back, but actually seeing how this technology could actually, you know, have a play. We also talked about artificial intelligence some time ago as well. So none of these things that I'm talking about is new because we kind of touched on these subjects a while ago, talking about what our artificial intelligence is, talking about what genomics is and how it's coming to change and help to enhance the healthcare industry. So, with that being said, you guys, thank you for allowing me to come before you this morning. Also, thank you guys for your patience because I know that it's not easy to, listen to someone read an article and have all these different fancy names. Thank you guys for being patient with me, and I hope that you guys learned something today. Please feel free to kind of follow my social media platform if you're not already following. But my YouTube page is Marisha LaShay with the at symbol 1020. Thank you guys. You guys have a splendid Tuesday. Thank you. Peace.